Hey, what's up, Kings? So today's video is on how often should you text your girl, reach out to your girl, talk to her. What's the proper way to do this, and how should you handle this? You know, a lot of people want the magic formula, like, hey, I should only text like once a week or once a day, or this, that, and the other. They want this magic form that you can plug in, and it would just work for everyone you're dating. This is not the way it works. This is one of those things where it's more about how you do it versus than what you do, right? It's like the motivation versus your intentions and your goals more than what it is that you do. In other words, two guys can do the exact same things and achieve different outcomes and results. So the first most important thing to think about when it comes to how often you should communicate with those girls in your life is don't be tied to the outcome. See, part of masculine energy, part of being a man, a leader of a family, a leader of your life, is you have to be detached from the outcomes. You can't live your life for the approval of other people. And this is where a lot of guys go wrong. Because you have guys out there who will tell you, oh yeah, do this, do these steps, do it this way, follow these guides. A lot of these pickup artists are like, yeah, if you get her number, don't text her for 3 days, or if you guys have a great time on a date, just wait a couple of days before you text her, or don't text her at all, wait for her to reach out to you. And the big thing is here, guys, girls are professionals when it comes to game. Like, they have game, and they sense games. They sense it. It's like a sixth sense for them. They can sense when you're playing games. And the other problem here is that they are all watching videos like that too, who are telling them to do certain actions to put a hot cold, make them suffer, and then give them reward, this kind of stuff. What happens is a lot of people, men and women, are playing these games on each other, and it's really messing up relationships. So what I say is, like I said, most importantly is don't be tied to the outcome and what you're doing. Don't live your life for the attention and approval of other people. Do what makes you happy. Figure out what your values are, what are your goals, and then take actions that line up with those values. So what I mean is this. When it comes to texting the woman in your life, or the girl in your life, or whatever, or reaching out and showing love and affection, the first thing is you don't want to be attached to the outcome. The second thing is you need to be focused on one thing, and that is your goals, your values, and your mission in life, right? You need to be consumed by your purpose, consumed by it. And if you are properly consumed by your purpose, you're going to be a busy person. You're not going to have time where you're just sitting around wanting to text and waiting on responses. And this is where a lot of guys do get in trouble, because they'll message a girl and the girl won't get back to them right away, and they'll get impatient. They'll double text, they'll triple text. And yeah, this causes problems because you're impatient. Maybe a girl's busy. Maybe she's got stuff going on. Maybe she's on a date with another guy. Maybe she's busy with work, or busy sleeping, or busy in the gym. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because once again, you're not attached to the outcome. You're focused on your mission and purpose. So the next thing is you want to be authentic. So you don't want to play games with people. Don't play games. These are people you're dealing with emotions, with the feelings. And this could be the next love of your life, right? And it could be. Who knows? You know, a lot of pickup artists, a lot of the men's community comes from such a pessimistic view of dating. Like, it's just hopeless. Like, you just treat all these girls in your life as if it's not going anywhere for sure. Because there are bad experiences, but there are also some people who break through and have really wonderful experiences in relationships. So what I say is, you know, the next thing brings me to the next point, which is to focus on the positive, focus on the better angels in your life, or the better angels in your mind, and you hope for the best. But once again, you're detached from the results. And I can't overstate this enough how important it is to be detached from the results that you're going to experience. So what you want to do is you want to be authentic here, guys. If you feel like sending your girl a message, send her a message, right? If you see something that reminds you of her, send it to her, okay? And don't be so wrapped up in how it's going to be perceived. You know, as long as you're focused on your goals, you're focused on your purpose, you're not going to have a lot of time to be bothering these girls. You might not even have time to really send them text messages. You might have the girls you're interacting with, it's like, why aren't you messaging me more? You know, like that's probably what's going to end up happening. But be authentic. Don't be afraid to be sweet and charming or funny on the phone. This is where so many guys, especially in the red pill bins community, get so messed up. They create these toxic cycles with these women they're interacting with because they're busy playing games, trying to manipulate them and trying to work text game and all. It's all nonsense, dude. All these games are useless. Be authentic. Send her a message. You know, if you're thinking about her and you want to send it, and you have a minute to spare, and you are thinking about her, just send her a message. Don't send it to her if you're not thinking about her. But if you are and you want to send her a message, send her a message. If she sends you a message, you don't have to wait to respond back. If you're on your phone and you have a second to respond to the text. You know, all these games that we play, it does nothing to actually further our lives. It actually creates way more stressors. It creates way more toxicity in these relationships. And it almost turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy for a lot of these relationships and these interactions. When you could have had a beautiful, fun experience with a female, you know, and built something that's meaningful, instead you're busy chasing new prospects and you're busy dealing with the drama and the toxicity you've created through your interactions. So I say be authentic. Don't be tied to the outcome and just live your life. If you want to send her a text message, send her a text. If you want to call her, give her a call. Talk to her like a normal human being. You know, don't be afraid to have a little bit of conversation if you have time. If you don't, that's okay too. But the key here is be authentic, because girls can sense when you are playing games. And if you don't believe me, just think about your interactions with these women you've been dealing with. They sense it, bro. They talk about it. They are in the know, and you can't play these games because it's not going to actually be effective. Now, if all you want to do is smash and pass, and you don't care about these women you're interacting with, that's your business. But that's not how I personally want to live my life. I want to live my life in a way that when people leave my presence, they're better off than when they start. I'm not going to overly sacrifice, and this is part of the other thing is too. Don't give in to these women who are trying to guilt trip you into texting them more or doing all this kind of stuff. Don't give in to that either. You know, you need to be authentic to yourself. If you don't want to text, or if you don't have time to text, you don't have to do what these women are telling you to do. Live your life in a way that's authentic to you. If you're busy, you can just say, I'm sorry, baby, I was busy all day with work, had a big project, and just be straight up, you know? But just remember, the energy you give out is going to be energy you receive. So if you want the women you're interacting with to be authentic with you, to be considerate, well, then you got to show that. You got to lead by example. Part of being a man is being a leader, right? Stepping up to your responsibilities to be a leader. Lead through example. Show people the way you want to be treated. There's a saying that says, if you want to make change in the world, start with yourself. Be the change that you want to see in the world. If you want women to interact with you and respect you more and treat you better, more loving, more considerate, why don't you try doing the same thing for them? This isn't bending over or cowering down to these women. This isn't worshiping women. This is not any of that stuff. All this is treating somebody with dignity the way that you want to be treated. If you see a message, you want to respond. If you don't have time, don't. You don't owe anybody any explanations, and you don't owe anybody any apologies. Be authentic to yourself, and don't be tied to the results. Allow yourself to be free of that. And this, by implementing these strategies and these thoughts into your interactions with the women in your life, it will enrich your relationships. It will make everything so much easier as you're interacting with them, and it will just give you a better sense of inner peace, knowing that you're treating people in a way that is kind, considerate, and that you are treating people in the way that you want to be treated. And leave it at that. So this has been my 2 cents on how to properly text and call and interact with women in your life. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.